so pretty.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday. I'm not quite sure what... I'm sorry, that's loud. Not quite sure what today's gonna hold yet. It's really hot out, so I don't know if I'm gonna walk today. We had a lot of fun at the 4th of July party yesterday. I got some footage of the fireworks, which is included in the video. But yeah. I don't know, it's just hot today. We gotta take Sadie to the doctor's at 5. So other than that, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So I don't know, if anything fun comes up, I will film it. I'm gonna try to do that vegetable with the cottage cheese and mustard in this vlog, since I didn't in my last one, because I ended up making a half-hour video and I didn't want to like make it any longer than that. So anyway, okay. Good morning. It's Thursday, the 6th? I don't know, my watch doesn't tell me. The 6th. As promised, here is it's not as beautifully presented as Amberlynn's. We have our broccoli. We have our apple slices. We have these bell pepper things, mini sweet bell peppers. I did not buy chicken sausage because it was expensive for only 4 of them, so I just heated up a hot dog. And I have a cut up fresh carrot, cottage cheese, and mustard. I am very nervous about this. So we're going to start with something I know I like, which is an apple slice. And the apple doesn't get dipped in this shit. Actually, that doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. It did at first. That's a sad apple. This is water. And if you hear any noise in the background, my daughter's just getting her breakfast, which is a normal breakfast of cereal. Alright. Let's just do this. I guess I'm gonna go with the carrot first. This does not. Guys, I'm so scared.
You got this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't want to do it.
You don't have to, but you got this. It'll be good, I promise you. You know, I haven't tried it.
I don't know, guys. Mustard isn't bad, but I don't know about this cottage cheese deal. Let's try without the... Oh, come on. My hands are washed. I don't know about that. Alright. If I don't end up liking this whole mustard and cottage cheese thing, I have ranch that I'm going to use to eat the rest of this with. And it's okay if I waste this little bit of cottage cheese. Let's go with the little broccoli head. It looks so unappetizing. Oh, shit. All I can taste... All I taste is the mustard. Amberlynn, what are you doing? Oh. Mm-mm. 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 No. No. Let's eat something nice. This apple's tasting better and better. This is gross. I was curious. I think my curiosity has been cured. I don't want to ruin those two. I'm gonna move them away from this concoction. And this one, I guess, is doomed. Like, I can't even get, like, the cottage cheese onto the frickin'...
Did it go at first?
Yeah, because all I could taste is a bell pepper. I can't, guys. I can't do this. My last thing is the hot dog. Hot dog's fun. But, no, ma'am. No. Sorry, Amberlynn. That's a no-go for me. So, I can't. So, I'm not going to waste this. So I'm going to eat with some ranch. I'll do a taste test for you because I know this is going to be good. Don't know about a hot dog and ranch. Let's see.
Why? Maybe? I think so, actually.
Not bad. This head of broccoli. Maybe while I'm eating this, I can do a story time. So, I think I'm ready to talk about something that I've been going through with an ex-best friend. I'm not gonna name names because it's not important. But we started hanging out again a year ago in like April or May. And I'm sorry, I'm so hungry. This is my breakfast. We had a lot of fun. And we were spending almost every day together. I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and she works Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She works thirds, I work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So they would come over, her and her boyfriend. I really don't know. But they would come over on Sunday nights, usually Monday nights, Tuesday nights, and Wednesday nights. 3 out of the 4 of those days they would come over at least. And, you know, it's fine, it's whatever. I was having a lot of fun. I hadn't, you know, they had gone through a really rough time in their life, and we were sort of rekindling the friendship at that time. So it was really nice to hang out with them, and, you know, they were going through a really hard time. They're, like, living in hotels and stuff. So I opened my house to them. You know, I was like, you ever want to cook here? You can come cook here. If you know, need a place to crash for a night or two between hotels, you can do that. Offer to let them do laundry here, etc., etc. Let's do a carrot. I'm gonna need more ranch. So, there for a while it was a lot of fun. We were playing games. We were just having a good time in general. Holidays came around. I'm gonna move this behind me, sorry. Holidays came around. We spent Thanksgiving together. We cooked dinner together. We spent Christmas together. Cooked another holiday meal together. Things were going good. You know, there were some things that would cause me anxiety, like they're both very sore losers when it comes to games. And we would play like Magic. I'm sorry if my hair has been ridiculous. But we would play Magic together, and God forbid if you attack either one of them, they get really fucking pissy. Mostly the boyfriend. And it would cause me a lot of anxiety because there's no reason to get that mad over a game, and I don't deal well with people yelling at me over a game. So, you know, that was a problem. But whatever. We pushed through it. On my birthday, and this is important, I went to a Mexican restaurant with a bunch of friends and some family. And my friend, the night of my birthday, my friend had to work, but she used vacation time so that she could come to my birthday. Which is cool. I wouldn't have held it against her had she, you know, went to work. But I was happy she came. And it was a good time. In May, things got really hard. My daughter did something pretty bad. And I don't want to obviously give details on that, but, you know, my husband and I, and then also my friends, her and her boyfriend, we all had to sit down and talk with my daughter about how serious it was what she did, you know, trying to help her understand why what she did is wrong. You can't do those sort of things. And, you know, we were all just sort of like, we called each other family because that's how it felt, like we were family. And a couple days later, my daughter did something even worse and got suspended from school. And it was related to the bad thing she did a couple days prior. And my friends, this is where I probably really should have stepped in, but I didn't. But my friends changed their tone towards my daughter completely. They were very cold to her because they were hurt. And they tried to tell me how to parent. Mind you, they do have kids of their own, but her boyfriend doesn't have custody of either sets of his kids, and neither does my friend. Her parents have custody right now. So, like, in a sense, I feel like they can't really offer very good advice. I really can't go into a lot of detail. But, like, they were basically saying that I should turn my daughter's room into, like, a jail cell and give her just a bed, a blanket, and maybe a book to read. And I felt that was very harsh. My daughter is 10. And she's still learning and developing, and she can't quite wrap her mind around things that are wrong and right in this situation. And while I get what she did was awful, I'm not doing that to my child. In fact, my child needs love and compassion and forgiveness, and to know that she is loved and not to feel like she's a piece of shit. Because my daughter has mental health problems. She is depressive. I mean, she has depression. She has anxiety. She has OCD. Last year, she had surgery because she had a hairball in her stomach because she eats her hair. She has trichotillomania like I do, but she pulls her hair and eats it. I pull my eyelashes. I don't eat hair. So, like, she's got a lot of problems. And my daughter doesn't need to be treated like shit or to be treated like an inmate because she isn't a bad kid. She just made a bad decision. And she has some problems with lying, but we're working on it. And I feel like our compassion approach is actually working rather than the getting upset, you know, yelling, spanking, those sort of things. That I don't think is helpful in this situation. So anyway, like they changed their tune. I my daughter, when she goes to bed, my husband and I, we have this thing where we say love you, good night, see you in the morning, mwah. We all three say it. And my friend would, at first she kind of teased us about it, like, oh my god, like that's such a, it's so, I don't know, mushy. And well, after a while she would start doing mwah, and it was sweet.
That's kind of crunchy.
Mm-hmm. Well, they completely stopped doing the mwah thing. They never did pick it back up between the beginning of May and when I stopped talking to them in June. So that sucked. That was hard to watch. It was hard to watch her be really shitty to my daughter. Like really cold. Not even really interacting with her. It sucked. And I didn't like it. And hindsight's 2020. I should have said something to her then. I never did. Should have. Didn't. So anyway. On Mother's Day, I got some really, really hard information. I cannot share that information, but it was something that really hit me, and it devastated me. If you remember back in some of my vlogs, I was crying. It was that. And so, between everything with my daughter, and between the way that I was feeling with my friends, I was really losing myself. I was very depressed. I was very anxious. I was suicidal. I didn't want to live anymore. I had multiple moments where I didn't want to live. And something needed to give. I am very much an introvert. So I love my alone time. Hanging out with these people, I'm not getting much alone time at all. I get my one day before I'd return to work. At the end of May, I was offered some overtime in June. And one of the days I picked up was her birthday. But her birthday falls on a Thursday, which is a night that she works. We never hang out on Thursdays. We didn't have anything set in stone, and at this point, her birthday was like 3 weeks away. So, and because we literally hang out 3 to 4 times a week, we easily could have celebrated her birthday during the week prior to her birthday or during the week after her birthday. We're adults. We don't have to celebrate exactly on her birthday. That's how I feel. And because I don't like to do anything the day before I return to work, I told her that I needed the day before her birthday, and then like the day before the other couple days for self-care days, because I don't do things before the day I return to work. And she was kind of bummed because we had talked about possibly doing something the day before her birthday, and now I'm saying that I want that day for myself. But I offered to do something for her birthday the day before my self-care day, or any time else that week, or the following week. I wasn't trying to not do something. This is important. So she really didn't talk to me after that. And she would call me every morning while she was on her way home from work. And we would talk. Well, she didn't call me the next morning. And I waited a while and then messaged her. I'm like, hey, you didn't open my last message. You're not responding to me. You didn't call me this morning. This is really weird. This isn't like you. We talk every day. Are you upset with me? And I don't really remember exactly how the conversation went, but she did not ever specify that she was upset with me. And then I brought up, like, when she didn't, or no. All she said is I left work early and came home and went to bed. And then I said, oh, okay. And then after not hearing from her even later on in the day, but her being active multiple times, I was like, you know what, I really just kind of need to have some time to myself this week. First of all, I didn't care for the way she acted when I said I needed self-care days. And then I didn't care for the fact that she wasn't communicating with me, and I'm already going through a lot of my own mental health issues at that time. And so I said, I kind of need to have this week off. We can do something, the following week for your birthday if you'd like. When she did respond to me, she said, I'm not worried about it, but thanks. And then, she just basically said she didn't want to do anything for her birthday. And when I called her out, I'm like, oh, well, you kind of made a deal out of the fact that I wanted to do something the day before. Or, on the day before your birthday, when I said I needed a self-care day that day, you kind of seemed upset. So it seems like you wanted to do something, but now you're saying you don't. She didn't, when I said that I needed a week away from hanging out, because of everything that's been going on, she didn't talk to me. And then she didn't reach out to me, nothing. So I reached out to her on her birthday, wished her a happy birthday, and then later I sent a really long-winded message just basically explaining how I felt. I felt it was really crappy that she just stopped talking to me, and how me saying that I didn't want to hang out didn't mean I didn't want to talk, and that I'm going through something, and just basically the fact that she couldn't respect my wishes when we hang out all the time. It's kind of crappy. And she read that message, didn't get back to me. And then she posts the next morning on Snapchat that she's in the hospital. So I sent her a message, and I'm like, look, I see you're posting on Snapchat. I think it's pretty crappy that you won't talk to me, but you'll post on Snapchat. I do see you're in the hospital. I hope you're okay. We had a whole conversation about why she was in the hospital. She basically said that they told her nothing was wrong, but gave her Dilaudid, and also told her to go on a 48-hour clear liquid diet. So I think she's lying to me somewhere in there, where either she wasn't given Dilaudid, but she told me they were, so that I would think that she's going through something serious and feel bad for her. Or something serious is going on, but because she doesn't want me to get on her ass about actually making doctor's appointments and taking care of herself, which, by the way, I've been trying to help her with for this entire year. Give her recommendations for doctors, offer to go with her to the doctors. She just won't do anything to help herself. And I just can't continue to try to care for somebody who isn't going to care for themselves, if you know what I mean. Because I've worked really hard on myself the last 2.5 years with therapy and trying to better my health and just do better, that I can't worry about someone who isn't going to care about themselves that way. Might sound shitty, but that's where I'm at. So, I just, there's something that isn't truthful in that part. I know she was in the hospital because I saw the photo of it. I don't think her story was truthful. And so she had also mentioned in that comment, or in this conversation, that she was going to respond to my message that morning, but then she ended up in the hospital and she just wasn't in the right headspace. Okay, cool. So I'm going to give you some days to get in the right headspace so we can have this mature adult conversation. Several days go by, and she messaged me one day saying, hey. I said, hi. She's like, what are you doing? I said, laying in bed. Conversation ended there. She had a very open spot to start talking to me about what I needed to talk about. And I refused to try to move past the conversation. I'm not avoiding the situation. I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing. And I wasn't going to be like, well, what are you doing? No, you need to be an adult and talk to me about everything that I brought up if we're going to have this friendship. So, that conversation ended there. A few days later, she sends me a message, I'm a hostage. And first of all, that's really, I guess, clickbait, if you want to call it that. Because a couple years ago, or a few years ago, her life was pretty shit. And her saying that she was a hostage could have been a really serious situation. And so my first instinct was, shit, what's wrong? What has she gotten herself into? No, it's just a fucking spider on a door. I can't tell you how mad I was that was what she was trying to talk to me about. That when she said that she finally did kill it and sent me a photo of its guts, I didn't even respond. I was just like, fuck off. If you can talk about this stupid bullshit, then we can address the problem that I feel is in our relationship, in our friendship, whatever. Some time went by and I finally decided to send another message. Again, explaining how I felt and how I felt that she's avoiding the conflict and the confrontation because she doesn't like conflict and confrontation. Nobody. And how I said, we need to have this conversation in order to have a healthy relationship. And she did finally come to me and she said that she felt like I blew her birthday off. That I didn't put as much thought and effort into her birthday as she did for mine. And that I picked up overtime on her birthday when she took vacation from mine. And I was like, well, first of all, I need money. Okay, I'm a one-income household right now. Probably will be forever, I'm assuming. That's a whole other story. Please don't come for my husband. We're trying to get him on disability, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And the other disability, I make too much for us to qualify for. So, don't come for my husband. Okay. But if I get a chance to get some extra money, I'm going to try to take it. And so that's what I did. And also, considering that she works on Thursdays, we didn't have anything set in stone for her birthday, I took it. And so because I took it, she felt like that was like a slap in the face. Okay, whatever. That wasn't my intention. And considering we literally hang out all the time, we could celebrate any other day. So, that's a spider.
Where?
It's a dead spider now. It was a tiny motherfucker. Oh my god. He could have ended up in my my food. Oh, okay, anyway. I'm getting full anyway. I'm eating so slow. Hang on, let me eat this real quick. So, she was salty about that. And I said, look, I had birthday plans set in stone on my birthday, which is a Thursday. I said, you didn't have to take vacation time. And if you had chose to work that night, I would not have held it against you because I knew that we could have celebrated together any other day of the week. We're adults. It's that simple. Life doesn't always work out the way you want it to. Plans don't always work out the way you want them to. So, that was part of it. And then when I asked for more self-care time or whatever, she just felt really hurt. And she pretty much just tried to turn the blame around and put it on me. And I just kept saying, and she just kept saying, I just want to move past it. I'm over this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Glad you're over it. I'm not. You hurt me. And she knew everything I was going through. In fact, one of my very big meltdowns, she was at my house for, and then left during it because they felt that it wasn't appropriate to be here. Which, by the way, that day I didn't want to hang out and had told them that, and they still came in and then sat down on the couch and proceeded to hang out. They had no respect for how I felt. And it was very upsetting. And, so, back to the conversation. I tried telling her, I feel like you don't even care about how shitty it was that you treated me. what I got from you was very childish while I'm trying to have a conversation and you just completely ignore me. And then she won't even acknowledge the fact that what she did was so hurtful while I'm going through a really rough time in my life. Not once did she even check in on me. And I took screenshots of our entire conversation and I sent it to multiple friends of mine because I'm a people pleaser and I feel like I'm in the wrong. I still am struggling with that. But between my therapist and all of my friends and my mom, nobody says that I'm in the wrong. Not one person said that I am in the wrong. They're all saying that she is being very self-centered and it's we're not on the same mental health level. Obviously, she deals with her mental health stuff by drinking, which she's a recovering addict. She shouldn't be drinking. And I deal with my mental health problems with therapy and journaling and medication and trying to better myself. And I'm not saying that I'm better than her, but I am better at handling situations than her. And for her to not acknowledge that I was severely depressed and really going through something and instead just completely stop talking to me, which, by the way, she was like, I'm sorry that I did exactly what you wanted me to do and didn't talk to you. Damn. I was like, excuse me, you know damn well that I didn't say we couldn't talk. I said I didn't want to hang out. Those are two very different things. And it's just very shitty. And there's a lot to it. And my very last message to her, which will probably be my last message ever until she decides to apologize and own up to her shit, because I just don't feel sorry that I didn't turn down overtime and then decided to put myself through more stress. Dude, the last thing that was on my mind was her birthday with everything that's going on in my life. So I was told by so many of my friends that had this been a situation between me and them, it would have gone way differently. Like, they would have checked in to make sure I was okay. They would have apologized for making me feel any type of way that I needed a break from hanging out with them. They would have made efforts to figure out what the heck was going on and make sure I was okay. Instead of what she did, which was completely ignore me, stop talking to me, and put me through absolute hell. Somebody that I thought was my very best friend. So, I've been kind of going through a friendship breakup. And it's been a very harsh reality for me. Because the more that I'm seeing is that I not only didn't want to do stuff for her birthday, I took away the place that she could get out of the hotel and party and drink and do stuff that she couldn't just do stuffed up in a hotel. I guess she could, but it's not that fun. I took away the place that she could do laundry other than her parents' house. I took away the place that she could do all her cooking without having to do any dishes. I took all of that away from her. And so maybe she's salty about that as well. But that's not my fault. That's a her problem, not a me problem. I needed to take care of me. And the way that she treated my daughter was shit. And it's just, there's so much more than just this little bit. But for her to, like, treat me that way because of her birthday while I'm going through a really hard time, that's just shit. So I guess I did a lot more talking than eating in this, but there's your story time. And I hope that maybe someday she can get her shit together and we can be friends again. But she's gonna have to do a lot of work on herself that she just isn't willing to do. I feel like she's on a very slippery slope to go back to her drug of choice, and I'm not going to watch that happen. I tried for a year to help her. I can't put any more energy into her when she's not putting any energy into herself. And in that process of me trying to help her, I lost myself, and that's just not okay with me. And so now I'm on the path of getting myself back, and it's pretty much where I am. So if you sat through that whole story, kudos to you. I know it was long, but I really have to go to the bathroom now. And My daughter's over here clapping. I don't know why.
Good story time. Woo.
Thank you. But,
That's why I was.
I need to go to the bathroom and then I'm going to finish eating this on my own. But I'm sure this video is going to be really long. So I'll probably end it here. Sorry it was kind of all over the place in the beginning. But I hope you guys have a great day. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.